I mean, everything, whenever you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has attained, written for you this rizq. So whether the actions that you go forth in attaining that rizq, whether it's through stealing or through halal means, this is something that Allah is going to test you on. This is part of the test, right?
Anymore, the sa'i is a test. That's the point of it. It's not
Sa'i
it's
not only a test, but it's also an obligation. And it's an obligation from Allah
yes.
subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you have to do sa'i. You can't just... Sorry? Yeah. You can't just sinat al-haya. You can't just sit at home and do nothing and the rizq is going to come to you. But in order to fulfill that obligation, you have the same thing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when He says He's going to give us victory. He's going to give us nasr. He's going to give us, He's going to establish us on this earth. This is something that's written. Whether we work for it or we don't work for it. Whether we seek that work or we don't seek that work. At the end, it's going to be our loss, not His. It's already written for us. It's already written. It's going to happen. So we wanna take that opportunity and work towards the victory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The promises that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said He was going to give us. That we're gonna be established on this earth, like the people before us were established. So we want to not worry about rizq and not worry about ajal and not worry about these things that are not in our control, and worry about the things that are in our control, which is the work and the effort and the sa'i. Nice. From the ladies, if there's anybody who wants to ask a question and you're shy, text me.
Speaking of the ladies, al-arham, isn't it tied to this?
Oh, of course. One of the ones that
right?
that increase that is keeping the relationship with the arham. Taking care of your the women folks in your family, and this is increases it is, but how we understand is the increase of this is the blessing of that it is. See somebody who has very poor, not he's got a simple car, simple house, but he's the most happiest person you've ever met. Or people have the most expensive beds and can't sleep, right? So it's
Allah yubi sadaqa,
and interest. So that's another thing of staying away from interest. I bought one of the only things I bought with interest in my life was my first car, and it's no longer with me. I just say that. I remember buying that car, and the concept of buying it in interest or even understanding what riba is didn't even cross my mind. It was just I wanted the car.